going on, guys? We are Tottenham TV here. A very, very depressing night last night at Stamford Bridge. We've lost 2-0 to Chelsea. Let's just get straight into the player ratings. Obviously, we've got Sam back again. We gave Hugo Lloris a 3. I thought it was an awful performance from Hugo. All started from that awful clearance he played straight to Pedro. You know, Higuain really should have scored there. Never mind talking about the goal, letting it straight through his legs. Like, what did you make out of it?
Absolutely shocking. The whole start to finish. Really not good enough last night. Same as Burnley and Saturday. Just absolutely not good enough. That pass was dreadful. Yeah, I think you're right. Set up a terrible night. And I thought they were there for the taking. I didn't think they were that good.
Yeah.
They had 2 chances or 3 chances and 2 of them.
Okay. Hugo's got to be doing better from that. I know Toby gets done, but
Toby gets done through goalie's legs. Shambles.
It's just a shambles from start to finish, wasn't it? Yeah.
Especially our captain as well. Just not good enough at all.
And again, in a Chelsea game, he makes a mistake like this, you know?
Yeah, it's just...
Time after time in big games, we're calling out Hugo for making these mistakes. When does it get to a point where you find a replacement keeper? Do you think we're at that stage yet?
I don't think we need a replacement keeper. Who is there out there that we could find right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a great goalkeeper. He's our captain. He's stuck with us when we were really, really poor and through really bad times. So I guess we've got to stick through him. I don't think he's the sole reason we lost last night. I think it's
no, definitely not. As
a collective, it was a shambolic performance again, and they really need to buck their ideas up big time, or we are going to end up having a terrible end to the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, not good enough.
Let's move on to Kieran fucking Trippier. We gave him a 2. To be fair to Kieran, I thought first half he actually defended really well, was dealing with Hazard quite well. I remember
only because Hazard played 120 minutes on Sunday.
Yeah, but still, you know, Hazard's such a top quality player. When he's on his game, he's literally unplayable. But I thought Trippier dealt with him well in that first half. Second half, though...
Good finish.
Oh, my God.
He's been put through a goal and he's put to the bottom corner. It's a great finish.
Oh, my days.
We couldn't score. Maybe we should have stuck him up front last night.
Bro, that was one of the worst own goals I've ever seen in my life. What is he doing?
Great own goal. I thought it was a great finish.
I don't know how you can see the funny side of it. Like, I was absolutely fuming.
I was fuming. Yeah, I still am fuming, but the only way to fucking
move on from it, laugh at it, don't you? But
laugh at it.
The guy is not under any pressure whatsoever.
He could turn around and launch it if he
turn around and launch it. But if he's going to do what he's doing, why not play it wide of the goal?
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're taught as a defender to go wide, don't pass it straight back to the goal, because if anything does happen, then you're the one that's going to look a bit stupid. So if you put it to the left and the right of the goal, you'd be absolutely fine.
I was saying to my cousin last night on the way home, like, what Trippier did last night is proper schoolboy. But then he goes to me, not even schoolboys would do that, and he's right.
When I was at school, I remember I played right back at school. I don't remember passing it into the fucking goal.
Anyway, let's not dwell on Trippier. I can't talk about him anymore.
Needs to sign a right back.
100%.
It's not even
you know,
funny anymore.
People were digging out Aurier for his performance at Burnley.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays on Saturday. And does
I think Aurier's going to play Saturday.
The pair of them have got to just either buck up their ideas or get out.
Like, I've been going on about Trippier all season. It's just hit a boiling point for me because, like, I've been banging on all season how I don't think he's good enough to play in the position he's playing. All right, I think he's more of a right midfielder than a bloody right back, you know, because he
can't cross it either. That's what we're supposed to be good at crossing. I don't remember one decent cross. Yeah, I don't remember one decent cross last night from either fullback.
Yeah.
From anyone. So painful to watch last night. Didn't create anything.
Well, let's move on to a bit of positive news. Davinson Sanchez, I thought he was our best player. We gave him a 7. I thought he was so commanding at the back, limiting Chelsea to so few chances. Because when you look at it, Chelsea, apart from their 2 shots on goal, they hardly had a chance as well.
Yeah.
And that's down to
Davinson
Sanchez.
Was really good last night. I think he won every header, won every challenge. Higuain looked a bit off it.
Yeah.
To be fair, but he was brilliant last night. The big man. Can't complain about his performance, but one centre half playing well doesn't win you a football game.
That's right.
He was okay.
Yeah, but in terms of an individual performance, you got to give it to him last night because
last night he stepped up. He very rarely does play badly. It's very rare you'll sit here and say Davinson last night wasn't at his best. But yeah,
Just hard to
Just
take
hard
in.
to. It's a shame that you had to play so well and the rest of the team let him down. Really.
That is the honest truth of the matter. But let's move on to Toby Alderweireld. We gave him a 6. I personally thought Toby had a very good game last night. It was just that getting done by Pedro really let him down, and
twisted and turned by a 32-year-old average Spanish.
You can't be letting that happen in a derby, especially when you're playing so well in defence. You're limiting the team to so few chances.
Yeah, he allowed the ball to go. Davies allowed the ball to go in behind. Pedro was through. He twisted and turned Toby, and then the rest is a shambles. Through the legs.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
But apart from that moment, which is obviously a very pivotal moment in the game, I thought Toby was like a standout player for him and Sanchez, because they were limiting Chelsea to so few chances.
I think that,
at the back.
I don't know about you, but I don't think that Toby is as good on the left side of the centre-back pairing.
No, he's much better on the right, yeah.
And I don't understand why he insists on playing Toby on the left and Sanchez on the right. You play your stronger right-footed, they're both right-footed, but you play the better centre-half on the right.
I think his thinking behind that is probably more that Toby is experienced and can handle it better on the left, because Sanchez is a very young defender, and
you're in the
probably
Premier League,
play him
you've got to be able to do that. There's no excuses for things like that anymore. Not when you're on 60 grand a week and you're a Premier League footballer. It's not an excuse. It's just not an excuse. Oh, he's young, so he can't play on the left side. Bollocks. Sit on the left side as friends and do your job. It's ridiculous. It's getting so repetitive now.
But I don't think that was the issue. Like,
no, it wasn't the issue why we lost or anything. It's just annoying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Anyway, let's move on to Ben Davies. We gave him a 5. Got completely getting done time and time again.
Pedro.
Out of position.
Doesn't offer anything going forward.
Like, what is he, Ben Davies?
Not a left back, that's for sure. Too slow to be a left back.
Because we saw Jan Vertonghen play against Dortmund at left back, and he's put in a better performance at left back than Ben Davies has ever put in for having one performance there.
Davies, he's just too slow. Can't cross, can't shoot, can't defend, can't sprint, can't take on his man. He can play a 5-yard pass inside and go for a 1-2 and then smash across against the right back, and that's about it. So, pair of fullbacks badly needed. Ben Chilwell badly needed.
I mean, I said it in the summer that we need upgrades.
Ben Chilwell,
on
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I mean, we won't get either of them, but those are 2 fullbacks we desperately.
I'd even take Pereira from Leicester.
He's very dodgy at the back.
You think so?
I think it's Aurier part 2.
I don't know about that. But anyway, let's move on to Harry Winks. We gave him a 6. I thought it was a competent performance from Harry Winks last night.
Got caught a couple of times in the middle.
He did get caught a couple of times, but he was always buzzing around, trying to make things happen. Trying to move the ball
forwards, which is why people aren't getting on his back for losing the ball, because he's trying to go forwards. He's not just picking up and playing a 5-yard pass back to the.
But he's the only one that was actually getting passes off as well, because everyone else was just losing the ball the whole time.
Yeah, he was unlucky to hit the bar as well.
Yeah, what an effort that was.
Yeah, I thought I was in.
Yeah. If that went in, that would have been
a game
scenes.
Just
it's just so depressing.
What it could have been.
It's just so depressing. Like, what an effort it was. I thought
our trip to Burnley on Saturday was bad enough.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed our 4-hour drive together more than I enjoyed sitting through 100%, that last night.
100%. But anyway, let's move on to Moussa Sissoko. We gave him a 5. You weren't too impressed with him last night, were you?
I don't want to be too harsh, because he has improved so much and he is very important to the team. I thought last night he was a little bit not. I don't know what was wrong with him. He looked a bit half of Sissoko of right now and half of Sissoko of a couple of seasons ago, last season.
But there were moments last night when Sissoko gets the ball and he drives.
Yeah. There were some positive, but there were some moments where he gave the ball away, or he like that. He in the first half when Higuain hit the post, it was his terrible header. Like, he was scared to head it. I think, and it just came to Higuain, he hit the post. So he could have. Yeah, everyone has a bad game. He's not going to play well every week, and understand that. I was disappointed with Moussa last night, and hopefully he puts in a shift on Saturday.
I mean, I don't think I was as disappointed as you were, because I think he still put in a good shift. He was trying really hard,
Kante, I think I was expecting him to dominate Kante a bit more.
Like
Kante was.
His work rate last night, Sissoko, was second to none.
Oh yeah, it always is. He always works hard. Work rate's not a problem with him. It's ability, it's confidence. He just looked a bit just lacked a bit of confidence last night.
He
I'm not
took a
sure, I
shot.
don't know why.
He took his shot from outside the area. And
That was going in.
Didn't go blowing after the bar.
I think that was going in.
It looked like it was going in, didn't it? Just got a block. But
Yeah,
I really don't think Sissoko was too bad last night. I think he was definitely one of our better players, that's for sure. But anyway, let's move on to Eric Lamela. We gave him a 4. You weren't too impressed with him last night. I wasn't too impressed with him last night. Like, what does Eric Lamela do?
Run around like a headless chicken, gets booked every game and around the 50th minute. Gets a bit angry at a few people.
Yeah.
Gives the ball away countless times.
I mean, there were times last night where I was impressed with him, especially early on. You know, he was getting in and amongst things, trying to make things happen.
Yeah, he tries.
But ultimately, nothing ever does happen.
Yeah, he works hard, he tries, can't fault his effort. Can never fault his effort or his passion for football, for Tottenham. But he's just not good enough. He doesn't shoot. He can't shoot. He can't really dribble. He can't take his man on. He plays a neat 5-yard through ball, but he's not a 7. He's not a 10. I don't know what position he is. He's got no pace. He's not a finisher. He's certainly not a central midfielder.
Yeah. He's
not good enough to be he's been here for 5 years now. I don't understand what his role is.
Would you get rid of him in the summer?
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
Really?
Back somewhere to abroad.
Do you not even think he's good enough to be a squad player?
No.
Really? It's interesting.
Brought in last night. Last night's his chance to shine. Come in, create chances. Do something. Did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And again on Saturday as well, Burnley, 94th minute, chance to get a point at Burnley. All right, not great, but a point's better than nothing. All he's got to do is hit it. Just head it into the corner. He's headed it straight at the goalkeeper. It's pathetic.
But when you're looking at players like Christian Eriksen, which we'll get into in a minute, I thought Lamela was actually better than Eriksen last night. Eriksen was completely anonymous.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the pair of them were just as bad as each other.
But anyway, when you don't have a shot on target the whole game in a London derby like that, you got to blame Lamela, Eriksen and Son all together.
Oh yeah, I do. I don't blame Lamela, the whole result on Lamela. I just don't think he's good enough.
Yeah.
And I just think it's time for us to move on from him and sign someone else and get him out. I think we need a big rebuilding job.
It's a shame because I thought he was always buzzing around, always looking for the ball, always putting himself about. His work rate's always there. It's just his end product and quality is just a bit lacking.
Yeah, it's just that's it. It's end product. There's nothing there. He loves that. He loves that drag over with the ball. He'll do that for about 5-10 yards and it gets stuck.
Yeah.
Or he tries to hold 4 or 5 players off and to try and play a through ball. Just play the easy ball. Or pick the ball up and have a go from 25 yards.
That's the thing about Spurs last night. We were afraid to take a shot from outside the box.
Yeah.
Just give it a go. They've got a sub-keeper in there. We've got players
their goalkeeper was 47 years old. They've got all their problems as well, and no one had the balls to pick up the ball, and other than Harry, pick up the ball and have a go from 25.
Why can't Eriksen? Why can't Son do that? You know what I mean?
Everyone wanted that.
The only
extra
person that
touch
did that last night was Winks.
Yeah, everybody wanted that extra touch last night, that to drag it onto their favourite foot, or to do a quick step over and then get the shot away, or to take the ball into the box. It's just one step too far. Just shoot. Just hit it. Be a hero.
Yeah.
It's just not good enough. It really, really isn't good enough. It really doesn't fill me with confidence at all.
Let's move on to Christian Eriksen. We gave him a 4. I thought it was a complete, total, anonymous performance from Eriksen last night.
Again.
How many times were we on the counter-attack last night and it falls to Eriksen and he just slows down the whole play, Everyone's trying to rush forward to get an attack on and Eriksen is just dilly-dallying there in the centre. He just looked so lethargic last night. I don't get it.
Like he doesn't want to be there.
It does look like that, and I've been saying for the past 5-6 weeks he's been putting poor performances after poor performance. Maybe the odd good moment here and there, but he's not being the Christian Eriksen that we know and love.
He's got to either, I don't know, it's to do with that contract.
Yeah.
He's either got to sign that contract or we've got to sell him in the summer.
Yeah.
That's
really what it boils down to.
He's got to start stepping up as well for the final few months of the season. He's also been here for 5 years. You've been here for long enough to know that just care. Just care like we care and play like we want you to.
Yeah, but you look at someone like Toby Alderweireld. He's also got the contract thing lingering over.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
But he's been absolutely brilliant. You can't fault Toby.
Take a leaf out of Toby's.
100%. But anyway, let's move on to Heung-min Son. We gave him a 3. Oh, what can we say about Sonny last night? I love the guy so much, but every time he got the ball, just an awful,
wouldn't stick.
Awful touch, wasn't it?
Would not stick.
He just couldn't touch the ball last night.
They were
Everything he touched went wrong.
I've been seeing everyone raving about Antonio Rudiger pocketing Son last night. Antonio Rudiger got put on the floor about 4 times from Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Literally, like, put on the floor like a little bitch.
Mm.
And I think he's a really good defender as well, Rudiger, but I didn't get that. And I just thought,
I actually thought he got rinsed at Wembley. At Wembley, he had to put in some sort of performance last night.
I actually thought we got in behind a few times. Just everyone was scared to shoot.
Yeah.
Or put a ball across.
That's the
So
thing.
it
That's what it
allowed
was.
players like Rudiger to come in and get a tackle in, etc.
That's what it was. No one was taking a shot. I didn't understand it. There were so many opportunities when we were dilly-dallying at the edge of the area.
No one took responsibility
Son,
last night.
Eriksen and Lamela, all 3 of them didn't take responsibility last night, as you said. It's just really upsetting for a game of this ilk. You know, we're only 4 points above Arsenal now. We're playing them this weekend. You know, if we lose this game this weekend, we're in trouble.
And it's not impossible to. It's not a given that we'll. I don't think we'll win on Saturday. I mean, do you?
I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's talk about Harry Kane. We gave him a 6.
King Kane.
One of our better players. He's kind of come back from injury and hit the ground running.
He tried.
He tried really hard, you know.
But again,
he was the only one that could show a bit of touch.
It's
all right. He should have scored.
There's a couple of things though. Like I just think he always tries to do that. The pass that is too extravagant or too difficult. When he holds someone off and then looks up to try and play a pass, just play it. Just play a simple ball. Don't try and launch it 40 yards across the pitch. Don't try and do a cheeky through ball that isn't going to work. Either shoot or just play a simple pass. Just keep the ball. We were scared to keep the ball last night.
We couldn't keep it.
We couldn't keep it.
Three
Yeah,
passes.
just pass the ball around for a bit. Just do what we're good at. Keep the ball for a bit and counter when they have their lapse of concentration or whatnot. It was just so disappointing last night from every single one of them.
Mm.
They let us down big time.
Mm.
Wanted to see a reaction from Saturday and
We
get one.
didn't get it at all.
If anything, it was worse. At least we scored a goal on Saturday.
I don't know if it was worse, but let's move on to Pochettino. We gave him a 5. Team selection. What did you reckon about it when you first saw it before the game?
Lamela,
Yeah.
Davies.
Trippier.
I mean Trippier, but he doesn't really have much of a choice. The other one's just as bad.
Yeah.
But I don't understand this thing about not being able to play 2 games in a week. Players in lower divisions play Saturday, Tuesday every week without fail.
But if you are gonna rotate your fullbacks, why would you not play Davis against Burnley and Rhodes against Chelsea?
Yeah, and Rose especially, who was ill on Friday, was a doubt for Saturday. So I thought, okay, play Davies tomorrow, play Rose Wednesday, whatever it is. Did the opposite. So instead we played the crap, really slow, horrendous left back to last night and the decent one against the relegation strugglers.
In terms of our actual gameplay, we didn't test the keeper. Yeah, I know that.
We
but
played neat football.
We dominated the game for the majority of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We limited Chelsea to that one chance that they had. They had one chance the whole game. They scored it. It was individual errors that cost us that goal. But in terms of our defensive shape and the actual way we played,
individual errors are costing us every week now, though.
I know that, but in terms of Pochettino and the game plan and that kind of stuff, I don't think it was too bad.
No, it wasn't. But he did get the team wrong. Jan should have played, and I don't believe...
No, Jan was injured.
I personally don't believe he was injured enough to not play against Chelsea. I think he was rested.
If he was rested, he would have been on the bench.
It's just my opinion, I don't know. I'm not sure. Was he really that injured?
Well, we'll see if he plays against Arsenal or not.
Yeah. But I also think Danny Rose should be playing last night and should be playing Saturday.
100%.
You're a professional footballer, you're on 80 grand a week. It is your job to play 2 games of football a week. You can't do that. Could you imagine going into work saying, sorry, I can't do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not fit enough to come in on Monday. Well, it is literally their profession, their job. It's just pathetic. Could you imagine? You don't hear like any players in lower divisions going, sorry, Gaff, I can't play 2 games this week. Doesn't happen. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know if it's if it's tactical, then fair enough to Danny Rose, then it's not his fault. But if it's because he's got a bit tired or whatever, just go and play football. But
what I'm saying is that the football was neat and tidy. We were building up attacks. The problem was Lamela, Eriksen and Son.
There's only one player we miss. You know who it is. There's one player we missed. It's Dele
Moussa.
Alli.
Oh, Dele.
Oh yeah, and him. Forgot about him, but he's gone.
Yeah.
So that was
Dele would have picked the lot last night.
Yeah, we really needed
that.
Someone
we needed
to make
that something
run.
special.
Someone
that
to
bit of
drag
magic.
defenders away. Someone to just be a bit of a dickhead in there.
Yeah.
Eric Dyer last night would have been an improvement. And of course Dembele. Well, we're letting him go with no replacement was criminal. He would have had control of that football game last night, and we would have won. With either Dele or Moussa, one of the two, or even Eric Dyer, we would have won that game last night.
The most upsetting thing about it all is that Chelsea was shit. They were there for the taking.
They were terrible.
They were there for the taking.
They couldn't string two passes together.
Uh-huh.
They got in behind and scored a crap goal through the goalie's legs, and then we decided that we were just gonna, I don't know, self crumble.
And then Trippier did what he did.
Trippier thought he was back on the training ground, trying to have a bit of banter with the goalie.
Anyway, I'm happy this player ratings is drawn to a close.
Honestly, it's so depressing. I've never done a negative one.
Yeah, exactly. The last time we had you on was 3-0 against Dortmund.
Yeah, I mean, even before that, we weren't even playing. We were scraping wins. Alright, we had no Harry and no Dele, or no Sonny for some of them. But we were scraping wins. We just haven't. I don't know what it is. We need to seriously buck up our ideas.
If we don't, we're going to finish outside the top 4, and that's
We're going to get battered on Saturday if we don't back up our ideas. They really have to fucking show up on Saturday. Show up, show that they care. It's sort of weird. Normally we go into the derbies recently, all full of confidence, and then we lose.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this year we're going to go in with no confidence and come out with a 4-2 win.
Yeah, football works in mysterious ways like that sometimes.
There's no Dele on Saturday, is there?
So you're not confident at all for Saturday?
I mean, if we'd got a result last night, I would be, but
Yeah.
they've just won their last 3 games, scoring 10 goals or something.
Yeah.
No, I'm still confident we'll be able to break them down. They've got one of the worst. Their defence is an embarrassment. But they've still got quality strikers and Aubameyang and Lacazette and players like Mkhitaryan and Lucas Torreira. They're all really, really good players. And Aaron Ramsey always shows up against us.
Yeah.
So it'll be a tough game.
I'm happy this is his last North London derby, that's for sure.
I'm laughing that they let another one of their best midfielders go for free.
Yeah.
But we need to seriously show up on Saturday. I don't know who should start. I don't know what the game plan should be. But we just need to win. We really need to win.
I know for sure Rose has got to start.
Rose has got to
start.
start.
And for me, I would start Aurier.
I start Walker Peters.
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be such a bad shout.
How's your knee doing? You reckon you could do 90 minutes on Saturday?
Yeah, I reckon I could do it. With my healthy lungs.
Winks and Sissoko will be. That's the problem. There's no rotation in central midfield either.
Yeah, we need Dyer back desperately, don't we?
Yeah, Dyer's had tonsillitis since last February.
You know what I mean? He's
getting a bit ridiculous.
Having his appendix out, then having tonsillitis. Like, what's going on with him? Is he actually ill? Is he?
He's gonna have the flu next week.
You know what I mean?
Lamela, I don't want to see him anywhere near the first team on Saturday.
Yeah. Well, what about Eriksen?
I would start if we were gonna do. I would play those. If we were gonna do the 3 behind Kane, I would make it Lucas, Eriksen.
So even Lucas, he doesn't fill me with much confidence either.
He fills me with more confidence than that gimp.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough one. But anyway, we'll see.
Lucas's pace. I reckon Lucas could cause them problems. Lucas could really cause some problems. Bringing Llorente on just always seems a bit desperate to me.
I mean, I disagree because I think Llorente's done really well when he comes
off
the
bench
this
he really has, especially when he started games.
Provides us with
scores,
a completely different option.
I just think he can't always be the answer.
Yeah, well, it's all we got at the moment.
Surely Vincent Janssen has to get a look in sooner or later.
No, I don't know about that. Right, Poch at the beginning was like, no, Vincent Janssen's never going to get a look in, and then suddenly all our players start getting injured. And he was like, oh, you know what, Vincent Janssen is back in the squad.
Yeah, he might get a game next week. I mean, but yeah,
I don't know.
In the summer we need to rebuild.
Yeah,
regardless of even if we win the Champions League this season, which we won't. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost 4-0 in Germany next week. But if we did do quite well in the Champions League, or whatever happens for the season, a rebuilding job is needed in this squad. We need fullbacks. If Toby goes, we need a centre back. If Eriksen goes, we need central midfielders galore. If Eriksen goes, we need a replacement for him.
We need another winger as well.
Probably need, if we get rid of Lamela, get another winger in, and we've got to get a better backup to Harry.
Yeah.
So
I actually
rebuilding job.
agree with everything you said there, except for the better backup to Kane, because I really think Llorente's.
Oh gosh, shut up.
No, I'm being
Next
honest.
season,
I
you'd
think
be happy if Llorente was the backup to Kane.
I would be. I don't think Llorente's done anything bad this season.
No, neither do I. No,
I think he's
he's
done the job. He's scored goals. He's scored important goals. He's got assists. He's come on and changed games. You know.
But you have to remember, we didn't. The one game that he played in where we weren't playing a so-called lesser team was Chelsea in that cup game, and we lost. And I know
okay. What about Dortmund? He scored.
Came to the bench 5 minutes ago and scored a shit goal.
Doesn't matter. He scores a goal.
I just don't think he's good enough.
Which changes it from 2-0 to 3-0.
Just don't think Llorente is good enough.
He's also come on against
how
PSV
can you have a
and changed
34-year-old
games.
as your striker, backup striker?
I mean, who else are you going to have
to
that's
win the
actually
Premier
going
League?
to sit on the bench happily? You know what I mean?
Rondon at Newcastle.
I don't know. He just signed for Newcastle and he's starting every game there.
There's plenty of players out there, but irrespective of that, a big rebuilding job is needed. Maybe that was why we didn't sign anyone for 2 seasons, save money for the big rebuilding job.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, anyway, we move on to the North London derby this weekend.
God help us.
Watch out for all our content surrounding that game. Match preview is coming out with Claude tomorrow, and as always, come on, Spurs.